Greetings everyone. Today my group will discuss about solar energy. First is the background. As history has it, in 1839, Alexander Edmund Becquerel discovered that certain materials produce small amounts of electric current when exposed to light. And then in 1876, William Grill Adams discovered selenium, which is a solid material that produces electricity when exposed to light. Selenium photovoltaic cells were converting light to electricity at 1 to 2% efficiency. Photovoltaic, or PV for short, is the word that describes converting sunlight into electricity. In simple words, solar is an energy that absorbs by the sun. This energy is a form of solar radiation which makes the electricity production. Scientifically, the electricity is actually produced when the photon of light excite the electron in photovoltaic cell and cause them to flow simultaneously, generating the electricity. Solar energy particularly produced during the daylight, and the highest efficiency of sunlight is during that time.
Sources of electrical energy. There are 5 types of sources, which is hydro, sun, wind, biomass and geothermal. Hydro, electrical energy created from water stored in huge dams. The energy created by the water released from these dams is transformed into electricity by hydroelectric turbines and generators. The most famous source of hydroelectric power is in the Snowy Mountains, NSW. It is less expensive than mining fossil fuels and does not contribute to the greenhouse effect. Next is sun. By generating electricity through the sun, we prevent the release into the atmosphere of around 500 tons of greenhouse gases each year. Wind. Moving air, which is created when the sun heats the air and cooler air moves into replaces it. This causes wind. Through the ages, people have learned to harness the wind's energy. Like the sun, it can also be used to create electricity. Wind power generates less than 1% of the electricity in Australia, but more wind farms are being built every year. Next is biomass. Energy which comes from landfill or rubbish dumps. It includes energy from both animal and plant matter. Landfill gas is created when the waste you throw away starts rotting or decomposing in the ground. This gas would normally just seep through the ground and into the atmosphere, contributing to environmental problems like the greenhouse effect. However, it can be captured and processed to create electricity. It is collected, dried to get rid of any water, and then filtered to get rid of any waste particles. It is then fed through pipes to a gas generator that burns the gas to create electricity. Lastly, geothermal. Energy from the heat of the earth. It has been used for thousands of years in some countries for hot water, cooking and heating. It can also generate electricity using steam produced from heat found beneath the surface of the earth. It is not common in Australia, yet though experimental and pilot geothermal power generation is being explored in the outback regions of South Australia, but is used in some parts of New Zealand and through Europe.
Next, the operation of the power plant. How solar power plant works. First, photovoltaic electricity. Photovoltaic electricity is a method that uses photovoltaic cells to capture direct sunlight. The photovoltaic cells are nothing but solar cells. The solar method uses photovoltaic cells that absorb the direct sunlight just like the solar cells you see on some calculators. First, as light hits the solar panels, the solar radiation is converted into direct current electricity DC. The direct current flows from the panels and is converted into alternating current AC used by local electric utilities. Finally, the electricity travels through transformers and the voltage is boosted for delivery onto the transmission lines so local electric utilities can distribute the electricity to homes and business. Secondly, the operation of the power plant is the solar thermal electricity. The solar thermal electricity, on the other hand, makes use of a solar collector which has mirror for reflecting sunlight into the receiver that heats up the liquid, and the heated liquid produces steam which is used to produce electricity. There are two types of solar thermal system. First, passive. A passive system requires no equipment, like when heat builds up inside your car when it's then parked in the sun. For example, thermal chimneys. Active. An active system requires some way to absorb and collect solar radiation and then store it. For example, solar thermal power plants. Solar collectors capture and concentrate sunlight to heat and synthetic oil called terminal, which then heats water to create steam. The steam is piped to an on-site turbine generator to produce electricity, which is then transmitted over power lines. On cloudy days, the plant has a supplementary natural gas boiler. The plant can burn natural gas to heat the water, creating steam to generate electricity.
What are the benefits or advantages of solar energy? One of them is renewable energy resource. Among all the benefits of solar panels, the most important thing is that solar energy is a truly renewable energy source. It can be harnessed in all areas of the world and is available every day. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Since you will be meeting some of your energy needs with the electricity your solar system has generated, your energy bills will drop. How much you save on your bill will be dependent on the size of the solar system and your electricity or heat usage. Thirdly is the diverse applications. Solar energy can be used for diverse purposes. You can generate electricity or heat, which is solar thermal. Solar energy can be used to produce electricity in areas without access to the energy grid, to distill water in regions with limited clean water supplies, and to power satellites in space. For low maintenance costs, solar energy systems generally don't require a lot of maintenance. You only need to keep them relatively clean, so cleaning them a couple of times per year will do the job. Next is the technology development. Technology in the solar power industry is constantly advancing and improvements will intensify in the future. Innovations in quantum physics and nanotechnology can potentially increase the effectiveness of solar panels and double or even triple the electrical inputs of the solar power system. Solar energy also have multiple uses. It is generally associated with lighting up houses, streets, communities, villages, towns, and so on. Lastly, it can also conserve wildlife. Fossil fuels destroy our planet's ecosystem and forests, leaving tens of thousands of species of birds, animals, and insects homeless. Due to this, many of our planet's species face mass extinction. There are so many species that have been eradicated from the face of the earth, while thousands of others are on the verge of extinction. We can take solace in the fact that this form of renewable energy does not cause any damage to our planet, thus allowing the world's ecosystem to thrive. Now, let us see some disadvantages of the solar system. Firstly, is the cost. The initial cost of purchasing a solar system is fairly high. The feed-in tariff, you will see that the cover the upfront of the cost includes paying for solar panels, inverter, batteries, wiring, and for the installation. Next, we will look at the weather dependent. Although solar energy can still be collected during cloudy and rainy days, the efficiency of the solar system drops. Solar panels are dependent on sunlight to effectively gather solar energy. Therefore, a few cloudy, rainy days can have a noticeable effect on the energy system. You should also take into account that solar energy cannot be connected during the night. Next, we should also know that solar energy storage is expensive. It has to be used right away, or it can be stored in large batteries. These batteries used in off-the-grid solar system can be charged during the day so that the energy is used at night. This is a good solution for using solar energy all day long, but it is also quite expensive. Next, this actually also uses a lot of space. The more electricity you want to produce, the more solar panels you will need, because you want to collect as much sunlight as possible. Solar panels requires a lot of space, and some roofs are not big enough to fit the number of solar panels that you would like to have. Next, it is also associated with pollution. Although pollution related to solar energy system is far less compared to the other sources of energy, solar energy can be associated with pollution because transportation and installation of solar system have been associated with the emission of greenhouse gases. There are also some toxic materials and hazardous products used during the manufacturing process of solar photovoltaic. And lastly, the inefficiency. Most solar panels are not 100% efficient. This means that even though a good amount of electricity is generated using solar energy, about 60% of energy ends up being wasted, while 40% is utilized. To encounter this, one has to conduct proper research and make sure that the solar panel being used is set up right and manages to harness most of the sun's rays in order to produce a good amount of electricity and increase its efficiency. That is all from our good regarding the solar energy. Thank you.